Hello, grade 7 students. So for today's session, we will explain your activities in week number 5, part 1, activities number 1 to 3. And this is the application on the laws of exponent. Okay, so doon sa ating activity sheets, meron tayong points to remember. At ito ay napag-aralan na natin doon sa previous na lessons natin. Okay? So we have 6 laws of exponents. We have powers of a product, power of powers, product of a power, quotient of a power, zero exponent, and negative exponent. Okay, so let's have a recall, or let's have sample exercises regarding these laws of exponent. So we are going to evaluate the following. Okay, so we have only 5 examples. Bago natin i-start doon sa instruction natin sa activities 1, 2, and 3. So for number 1, how are we going to evaluate the quantity 3 squared raised to the 5th power? This is an application of power of powers. Keyword natin for power of powers, we have multiplying the exponents. So that is equal to 3 raised to 2 times 5, and that is 3 raised to the 10th power. And if you are going to simplify 3 raised to the 10th power, you will make use 3 as your factor in 10 times. It is just like 3 times 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 3. Okay, so gagawin mong factor yung 3, multiply mo siya ng 10 times. Okay, so for example number 2, this is product of a power. Multiplying powers with the same base. If bases are the same, then we need to add the exponents. Okay, so yung keyword natin sa product of a power is add the exponents as long as the bases are the same. So this gives, okay, you keep the base, that is 5, and you add the exponents 2 plus 4, and that gives 5 raised to the 6th power. And then if you will simplify 5 raised to the 6th power, that is under powers of a product. So you are going to use 5 as your factor in 6 times. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 and times 5. Next, number 3. Still power of powers. The quantity 2a squared raised to the 3rd power. The numerical coefficient is 2. 2 is also raised to the 3rd power. And a is raised to the 2nd power, which is multiplied by 3. So that gives 2 cubed times a raised to 2 times 3. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, so we have 8. And then 2 times 3 is 6. So final answer is 8a to the 6th power. And still in power of powers. Okay? So 2a squared is raised to the 2nd power. Okay? So your keyword is multiply the exponents. A to the 5th is multiplied by 2. Right? 5 times 2. And b raised to the 3rd power times 2nd power 2 times or 3 times 2. So that becomes 2 raised to 2 times 2, a raised to 5 times 2, b raised to 3 times 2, and 2 raised to 2 times 2 is 4, or 2 to the 4th power, and that is 16. And then a raised to 10, b raised to the 6th power. Okay, next, number 5. The quantity 3x raised to negative 2 second power y cubed raised to negative 4. Okay, so this is an example of negative exponents with a combination of powers. Okay? So to simplify the numerical coefficient, we have 3 raised to negative 4, and then we have x raised to negative 2, which is multiplied by negative 4, so we have positive 8. Why positive 8? Because in multiplication of integers, negative 2 multiplied by negative 4, we have the same sign. The product is positive, so we have positive 8. And if it is unlike sign, just like positive 3 times negative 4, it gives negative 12. And then you simplify 3 raised to negative 4. This will be written under denominator, that is 81. X raised to 8 is a positive, so it will remain under numerator. And y raised to negative 12 is a negative exponent, and then you write that under denominator. So final answer is x raised to the 8th power over 81y raised to the 12th power. Okay, so let's now move on to your first activity. Do you know a statistics joke? So that is the title. So what are you going to do? You are going to simplify each of the following expressions using the laws of exponents, then write the letters above the corresponding answers to answer the joke. Okay, so this is make use of the 6 laws of exponent to answer these corresponding expressions. Okay, and then let's say for letter Y. This is what? An example of negative exponent. Okay, so you get the reciprocal of 2 raised to negative 4, and that is 1 over 2 raised to the 4th power, and then you simplify 2 raised to the 4th power. So, halimbawa y. Okay, so let's have a bonus. This is 1 over 16 because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So, dito ang isusulat mo ay y. Okay? So, kapag i-check ko yung inyong papel, dapat ang mabubuo ninyo is an expression. Okay? Susulat ninyo dito yung mga corresponding letters. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 na letters ang ilalagay ninyo dito. Pero doon sa taas, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 14 lang ito. Ibig sabihin, meron yung mga letters na mauulit dito sa baba. Okay? So, ilang words ang mabubuo natin dito? So, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 4 words ang mabubuo ninyo dito sa activity number 1. Inuulit ko, ang ilagay ninyo dito ay letters. Huwag ninyong ilagay dito yung 2 is raised to negative 4. That is wrong. It should be letters. Not the expression. It should be letters. Okay? Next, for activity number 2, entitled Evaluating Laws of Exponents. Okay? So, you go over the laws of exponent. Okay? If there are numerical expressions, please simplify. Paki-simplify na ninyo. Just like this one, 2 to the 4th. So, i-simplify mo yan. And what is 2 raised to the 0 power? So, final answer ang gusto ko dito. Okay? And for activity number 3, find your match. Match column A to column B. Then write the letter of the correct answers. Okay? So, dito, letters lang from numbers 1 to 10. Letters lang yung ilalagay ninyo dito. So, you have to evaluate this. You have to evaluate this, and whatever the result, tingnan mo dito sa column B, halimbawa kung ang nasolve mo ay 1, so ang halimbawa dito sa number 1, kung ang sagot ng nahanap mong sagot dito is, let's say, C, A raised to the 6th power, sa number 1 ang ilagay mo is C. So letters only. Okay? So we have only 3 activities in week number 5, part 1. We have activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3. So that ends our session. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.